Officers followed up. We were originally giving a name of a suspect. At some point, the mother at that location uh, decided that she would not talk to law enforcement without an attorney present. Uh, when when the officers met with her and her attorney, the original individual that they told the officers that they believed to be the suspect in that case, they changed it and said, nope, that's not the individual that we believe to be the suspect. And from that point forward, she did not allow her children to talk to law enforcement in relationship to anything that was going on with that shooting into occupied incident. Again, it's one of those situations where we had a victim that was at some point became uncooperative with law enforcement, and it is my understanding in that particular incident as well, the sons or the occupants of 7200 Lakeview fired return shots on that particular evening, and they policed their brass or policed their bullet casings before law enforcement could get on the scene.
So it was Trey the only one that fired shots?
In this incident, Trey is the only person that fired at law enforcement officers.
But all of those firearms were in the home?
Every one of those firearms were present in the residence.
Were they all
That which was the substance of the search warrant, looking for firearms.
Were all of those used today?
No, they all were not used. They were not used, but they were all charged and ready to fire.
And Chief, what did the officers expect going into this? I mean, I guess the SWAT team always expects something could happen, but I mean, is this something they were prepared for and thought was a real possibility?
The planning around this particular search warrant was that we had we had information that Tyree and Trey were armed individuals. They both had outstanding felony warrants for violent confrontations with other people. And as the investigative team did their evaluation of threat assessment, this particular resident scored a very high threat assessment, which prompted the SWAT team to be engaged in the execution of this search warrant.
And I also want to ask about, and I know this is unconnected to this incident, but the Knoll shooting, we understand there were 3 more suspects in that. Have you identified the 3 additional suspects in that case?
That is still an ongoing investigation, and I can't share the direction of that investigation at this time.
I mean, I guess what I was always clear on, do you have 3 particular suspects you're looking for, or do you think that there are just 3 individuals who are involved and you don't know right now?
What I can tell you is that there are additional suspects that are out there, but I can't tell you how many they are and who they are at this time.
When was the arrest warrant issued?
Say again?
The arrest warrant, when was it issued?
I want to say that we got the arrest warrants on yesterday, but I have to, let me see if I can verify the date. Actually, the arrest warrants were issued on the 2nd day of February.
And Chief, I also want to ask about the officer-involved shooting from a couple weeks ago in Tillman's Corner. Is the preliminary investigation complete in that case?
We are wrapping that up. We should be complete by the end of this week.
Okay, and can you tell us any more about that and the name of the officer who was involved in that case?
I cannot tell you any more at this time. Again, we're wrapping up that investigation, and as soon as we wrap that investigation up, we will provide a press release indicating what happens next.
And is the mom going to be okay? You said she was shot in the foot.
So prior to our press conference, we checked on Mom, and Mom had been taken into surgery. It's my understanding that she is recovering in a stable condition at this time.
And it was her foot? I'm sorry, I missed that.
It was her foot,
Okay,
yes.
And Chief, I know it's been kind of a crazy day, but there was also that apartment homicide today. A woman, I guess, shot by her ex-boyfriend, 11-year-old child. Can you tell us any about that, please?
What I can tell you, that the homicide itself is stemmed from domestic violence situation, and again, we are asking for prayers for that family as they deal with this tragedy, something that should not have.
What's going to happen to juveniles that was in this house?
Say again, sir.
The juveniles that was in the house? What's going to happen to them?
So the juvenile that was in the house, he was taken to Strickland Youth Center, the one that was charged with certain persons forbidden. So he'll have his day in court at Strickland. The mother, when she's released from the hospital, there's another adult that's in the home that can provide care for the juveniles pending mother getting out of the hospital. So at this point, there are no charges being brought against anybody else inside the residence that would preclude us from interfering in, I guess, the normal operations of that family unit.
You said Trey was 18. How old was Tyree?
Tyree, if I'm not mistaken, was 22 or 23. 22.
And are you looking for a suspect in that domestic case, or?
You know, I did not look at it. I've been really kind of bogged down with trying to get this arranged. So
you were looking for a suspect, and I guess I was just wondering if you are, if you have his name, just get public health and crime.
So normally what we would do in a situation like that, I will reach out to you guys and we'll provide it. That's one of the things our investigative units, we do appreciate you guys when you do get that information out there for us. And so we'll follow up if we have a need, if we have not taken the suspect into custody.
And just so I'm clear on this case from Lakeview, all of the people in the house were related, right? They were, is the mother and her children?
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure that like these other juveniles, they're all siblings.
They're all brothers and sisters and mom, yes.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Chief.
Hey, listen
Okay,
again.
and these are the weapons that were recovered from the house today? Is
Yeah,
that-
and again, y'all can approach them, but do not touch them. The chief mentioned that this was a high-risk search warrant. You know, that's the reason the SWAT team was utilized. We intended to release that affidavit to the media so that y'all could look at the circumstances within the affidavit to explain why we were there and taking the precautions that we did. But we're unable to do that until we complete the search warrant return. The moment we send it over to the clerk's office, we will release it. There will only be one redaction, and that's to protect the innocent victims. Okay. So you're welcome to come forward and.
Thank you.